Everyone is saved today by the gospel of the grace of God on the same terms. Now, there's been different gospels in the Bible, but today there's one gospel being preached. And so anyone who's saved here is saved on the same terms. But not everyone, even today, who is saved by the same gospel in the same way will have the same rewards. It differs, right? You say, what are you saying? I'll be like in a closet in heaven or something, right? That I'll be the janitor in heaven or something? I'll be the garbage collector in heaven? Is that what you're saying? There's reward. You see, God's a righteous judge. He doesn't save you because of your works. But when good works are done with the right heart, they require a reward. And that's what Christ will do. And so when you don't do the good works that you should, you'll be saved. You'll be in heaven. You'll have the unsearchable riches of Christ and all spiritual blessings in heavenly places, and yet you'll be there, and he says, what have you done? And it goes poof, up in the fire. You can build things now that last eternity. That's the point. The reward is that eternal building. That's what it is. Look at 1 Corinthians 3, verse 8. Say, prove it. Well, 1 Corinthians 3 is the issue. But my point is that this is something that comes after salvation, not before. You're not judged for the sort of works you do to determine if you're saved. You're judged for the sort of works you do after your salvation. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 8. Now he that plants and he waters are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. How else do you interpret that? That's Paul in this dispensation. He doesn't say you'll receive salvation by your labor. No, not at all. He says you'll receive a reward according to your labor. One plants, one waters. They're both doing good works, and they'll receive a respective reward from God because that's good works, yeah. Good. Doesn't it say in Galatians 5, you reap what you sow? Yeah. So you sow good, you'll get good. You sow bad, you get bad. And we're a mixture right now of us struggling with our flesh and the world and everything else, right? But the good that we sow of preaching the gospel of salvation, you know what that sees? Souls saved. Yeah. And what we do when we preach the Bible rightly divided to see souls edified, you know what that produces? An edified church. Stronger people, which also see souls saved and saints edified, all to God's glory. So you see, you sow good, you reap good. If you sow something they're not supposed to sow, what happens? Nothing comes out of the ground. If you're trying to build a kingdom, you'll never see it happen. You'll say, you're just the word of Satan today, discouraging my ministry. No, because God said he's not building that today. Right? You do what God says and you'll reap the fruits. The Spirit will bear them. In 1 Corinthians 3, verse 14 and 15, if any man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved. You see, Paul specifically makes the point. I'm not here talking about burning up fire to your destruction, which is what Hebrews talked about in John 15. And both of them, neither one qualified. But Paul does. He says here, what gets burned up? The work gets burned up, not you. But it says, he himself shall be saved. Very clear. A saved person, after they're saved, will face a judgment for the work they've done in the body of Christ as a new creature because you're still here to do it. As Mark Cahill said and others, right, there's only a certain work you can do before you get to heaven. That's what we're talking about. And that's a good motivation to do it. It's not because I have to do it to get to heaven. It's because I'm going to heaven eventually, and there's only so much time I have before I get there. I need to do some work. That's a good motivation. That's a purpose in your heart motivation. Not because I'm trying to climb a ladder to get there. You're already got a position there. Don't worry. Christ has done it for you. You can be saved freely. But there's things that come after salvation for us to do. Okay? We should get busy doing them.